We want to be that one-stop shop, that home that you can go to and you're going to get all the information you need to deal with your pet's issues or to get entertained by pets.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Buddi's Besties, the flagship show of Buddi. My name is Layla, and it's a very special episode today because I am here with my husband, and I don't usually get to do this. So I'm really excited to be here talking to him. And we're just going to talk about being founders of Buddi and why. But I want to start with a really basic question for me, because I've had to ask this a bunch of times. What is a streamer, Ryan?
Yes, my name is Ryan Sullivan-Jodish. A streamer or SVOD is basically, just think of it, there's a very shorthand way to think about it, and that's like Netflix, right? And that's you subscribe to it and you're going to get content that you can only see on that app. And so that's what we're launching with Buddi.
That's exciting. So where can we get it? We can get it on our phone.
Correct.
We can get it on our Apple TV.
Yes, we can get it on our Apple TV. We can get it through our desktop.
Great. And so like any smart TV, though, not just an Apple TV.
Apple TV for now. And we're going to be rolling out those other things in the future.
Great.
Yeah.
But for now, Apple TV,
Correct.
your phone, and your laptop.
Correct.
That's super exciting.
Yes.
And so one of the things that we're doing, so you're going to, we're curating content for pet people, right? So
Right,
do you want to talk a
exactly.
little bit about that?
Sure. Buddi's Besties, what we're doing right now is one of those shows. And what we want to do is have a place, obviously this app, Buddi, where people can go and they can be entertained. We've got a lot of great movies, and they can, get information, and, they can get kind of both, right? They can get entertained and get information at the same time. And hopefully that's what we're doing with Buddi's Besties.
Right. So Buddi's Besties, we're talking to lots of different people. We're talking to vets. We're talking to boarding places. We're talking to groomers. Anyone that you think maybe I'd like to know more about that, or that would really help my animal, is kind of how we started Buddi's Besties. So we want to be your bestie.
We've got another show, Possum Profiles.
That's right.
The first episode's done, and we're actually working on the second one. And that's taking a look right now at different breeds of dogs and the history of them and what they do best, and if there's any famous dogs that belong to that breed. And so that's really interesting too, and that's something we're working on as well.
That's very cool. When you're trying to decide what kind of pet to get, that could be a resource that you would use to say, hey, maybe this, maybe not that, because of all these different things that we're finding out during these Possum Profile episodes. It's
Absolutely.
Really fun. Why did we start Buddi?
Right. So there's a couple different things that came together, and all of a sudden we really had the idea for Buddi about 9 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 to 9 months ago. And that is, we're both business people, and I'm in the advertising agency world, media agency world, right?
Yep.
And it's a great field, but I've always been looking to how do I get more of a product to deliver to customers, right? Rather than a service. And we also, we're big time pet lovers. We have cats.
Yes, we are.
I was going to say 3, but we now have 4.
We now have 4 because we shot an episode earlier and they brought a teeny tiny little baby that they just rescued 2 days ago, a kitty. And she named him Buddi, babe.
She did.
Like,
Right.
How can I pass on a sweet little baby that they named Buddi? He's meant to be ours.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So
Meant to
he's
be
ours now.
So he's ours now. He's coming home in a couple weeks. So we're pet people. I was looking for something to have more of a product. And then also we wanted some family-friendly content, right?
Right.
And that came about when we were locked down in our home for coronavirus. And we were watching, of all things, I like to tell the story, we were watching Leave It to Beaver because
That's
it was a
right.
very wholesome show. It left you with a very positive attitude. And you got out of there and you felt great about what was going on. And there was no hidden messages.
That's
And we
right.
really like that too. So those 3 things coming together
Yep.
led us to develop Buddi.
Well, and I always like to tell the story. So you guys will get to know us really, really well because we are co-founders and we're very, this is our absolute passion project. And so we're very involved, but so you'll get to know us a lot. But the eye rolling from the husband, especially when I wanted to bring this baby home, it was epic. He was right off set and I could see it was great. So the eye roll is coming, but also Hermes played a lot into this. So we used to have a little baby named Hermes, and he was 22 when he passed.
He's a cat.
He was a cat.
Right.
Yes, he was a cat. When I say baby, y'all, I mean my animals. These are my babies. And he got kidney disease during lockdown. So in 2020, he got kidney disease. And the vet, who was lovely and very helpful, basically said, I don't have a lot of resources for you. I can give you this pamphlet and you can go on Facebook and you can join some groups, but just be careful because there's lots of different arrays of, different levels of how people care for their animals when they have kidney disease. And so you have to kind of sift through all of that. And so it really became this, they told me he had 3 to 6 weeks to live. And it broke my heart because he was my little soul baby. And, but also my dad was very involved. We kind of jumped in and did a lot of research, spent a lot of money, a lot of time finding food, finding things that would help him. And he lived 2.5 years after that diagnosis. And we talked right from the beginning of that of, man, it would be so much easier if there was a place people could go and get more information and educate. And so a huge part of Buddi, and if you go on to Buddi, there's a section called Buddi Helps. That's where you can search for specific things like kidney disease, and it'll pull different content that we have in the library that can help you navigate that space. Look for a show coming soon on that specifically because I became an expert accidentally. Hermes ate a lot better than we did most nights because we cooked all of his food for 2.5 years.
Right, which I've got a good little funny story about. But yes, you're absolutely right. And when I say pet people, we're big time pet people, and Hermes was a big part of why we started Buddi. Yeah, for sure. And we were so when Layla says he ate well and everything, we were in Ireland. We had a tour guide, and we were riding around with the tour guide, and Layla was on the phone to her dad, and they were talking about Hermes's menu for the next couple days.
Yes.
And all the delicious fish and chicken and all these things we was eating. And she got off the phone, and the tour guide said, pardon me there, I couldn't help it overhearing, but weren't you talking about your cat? And I said, yeah, we actually were. He goes, man, that cat eats better than I do.
He ate better than a lot of us.
He did, yeah.
Yes.
And we had to just kind of go, he does.
Yeah. He does. He's a very sweet cat. And if you go to the to watchbuddi.com, there'll be photos up of Hermes and all of our babies because we want to share all of our littles with you guys. So that's really exciting. So what's been one of the bigger challenges getting this thing going?
Right. There's just a lot of moving parts. There's nothing that's been extremely hard, and everything that everybody that we've worked with, we've been very lucky so far, has been great. Even the people all on the show have been wonderful to deal with. It's just, man, there's a lot of moving parts to starting one of these. We're very lucky to get hooked up with somebody that knows a lot of that, so he's been helping us. But it's just a lot of things to keep track of. And so we have a weekly meeting, and then everyone gets their tasks, and we move forward. And there's really only 3 of us on the leadership team. And then just keeping that all dialed in week after week. It's a lot of herding cats, as they say. But,
yes. Well, this is the place you're going to herd cats.
This is the place you're going to herd cats.
That's a meeting where there's lots of eye rolling because I just want to talk about the fuzzy, funny, cute, adorable animals. And you want to talk about all the work stuff.
Right.
Which I totally get. I do have another job too. So this is really our passion project.
Yeah.
Yes, we both have other roles that we play. So I'm in retail. Ryan owns his own agency. There's a lot to do. Mm-hmm. But so love doing this. Love doing it with you. I think it's really fun.
I do too. And your ideas, it's really more, I'm eye rolling because I'm trying to keep up with you and get them all down. Because we can't do them all right away. But,
yes, we can.
But they're usually very good ideas. So it's like we want to at least keep track of them so we can do them at some point.
But look, we're doing Buddi Besties right now.
We are. It's great. It's a great day.
So our plan is to, in the future, do original content. But we're doing original content out of the jump. And we're focusing more around the education and the helpful side of the original content. Can you talk a little bit about what the content for this year, what else is you talked about possum profiles. Is there anything else on deck for us this year? Are we talking?
Well, nothing that I definitely want to commit to because I don't want to say the name of a program and then we can't launch it maybe till year 2. But like I said, we've got a lot of great entertainment content that we have licensed that is great for families. So you'll be able to go on the app, search for that, and just, tens of, probably hundreds of hours of movies that people can watch with their whole family. You can, put the little ones in front of it if you need 10 minutes to go get something else, and they're going to get a sweet message about a dog or a cat or something like that. And so I'm actually excited at all the entertainment we have. But I know you're very excited about, we've licensed some TV shows too
Yes.
that, are about vets and about, pet rescues and all that kind of stuff too.
Yes.
But it's also going to be able to give you some really helpful advice on dealing with your own pet.
Yeah, I love that. And I think the thing that I like the most about what we've curated here with Buddi is that you can search in the app for specific things. So if you just had your animal diagnosed with something, or you're having some kind of behavioral,
Right.
we're going to have an animal behavioralist here on Buddi's Besties this first season. I can't wait to talk to them because that's going to be really interesting about why your pets are doing certain things. But you can really search through Buddi and have that serve up some really specific content. And then we've also got channels where you can, if you just want to watch cute cats, you can just hit the cat channel. And if you want to watch adorable dogs, there's a dog channel. So that'll really curate it even further than what's already specifically around pets, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's really exciting.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're launching at the end of March, 2024.
Yes.
And we can't wait.
Can't wait. So click below and subscribe. Tell your friends. And if you have ideas for content, this is something I want people to know. So we run tons of social media and things like that. And so if there's ideas that you have that you think you want to see us to create more, leave us a message on our social media and we'll see what we can either find for you or create for you. But I think that's important too. It's their channel too. So I think that's important.
Yep.
So what kind of pets are we focusing on with our content?
Right. So we are focusing actually on all pets. So we've got content and we are making our own content that will feature all pets. So I'm going to say the majority is going to be dogs and cats, right? Because that's what the majority of people have out there, right?
Right.
But we will have content that has, snakes and small animals like rodents and stuff like that, mice and gerbils and guinea pigs and fish and birds. We will have it all. I would say the majority of those are going to be dog and cat focused.
Right. And so what's different about, you mentioned earlier, it's like the Netflix of for pets,
Sure.
but tell me, are pets watching this or are you watching? Like, how does that work?
Actually, believe it or not, when we've done, some test screenings, the pets get very interested in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they hear it and they see it and then they get very interested. So yeah, your pet could watch it. I don't want to discount that. But look, we're curating this content, right? And that's why we think you should subscribe because you can go on the internet now and find a lot of different places with pet content or funny pet content or whatever, right? But we want to be that one-stop shop, that home that you can go to and you're going to get all the information you need to deal with your pet's issues or to get entertained by pets. We want to be that one-stop shop, right? Yep. And once again, I want to hit this very family friendly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, some YouTube is great, but sometimes you never know what's going to come out of the people's mouths, right?
Yep.
And maybe you've been watching it with your 10-year-old daughter, and all of a sudden the host says something, you go, oh gosh, I'm going to have to have a talk now.
Yeah.
And we don't want that, right? We want everything to be very family friendly and play well for the kids too.
That's great.
Yeah.
This was fun.
It was fun.
All right. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Buddi if you haven't yet. And we're super, super happy that you are here. We're signing off for Buddi's Besties, but remember, adopt, don't shop. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day.